In the next 2 episodes, we're going to be looking at the mechanisms of evolution. Do they even work to explain how a bacteria could eventually change into a human being? Those 2 mechanisms are natural selection and mutations. Mutations are mistakes. We have this coded information in every cell of our body called DNA, like a library of information that has the plan for building every part of our body and controlling how it all operates and interacts. But to change a bacteria into something that's not a bacteria, you have to add other information. Where's that information going to come from? Well, modern science says it's random mistakes, just random changes to the book of information of a bacteria that changed it into something else. Well, let's look a little bit deeper than that. On its surface, it sounds, well, it's kind of plausible. Things do change. But these changes are like randomly rearranging letters in a book. Does it make the book more readable? The answer is no, but let's think about it even more graphically. Suppose I had a flash drive that held a lot of information. Now, when these first came out, and I know young people will have trouble even envisioning this, but a 256 megabyte, that's less than 1 gigabyte, flash drive cost about $100. And I didn't want to buy a new one when they started to come out with 2 and 4 and 8 and 16 gigabyte flash drives. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll add a mutation. So I took a nail and a hammer and I just bang, 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 bang. So now I've mutated it. I made a random change and then I plugged it in and tested it. And guess what? It didn't hold more information. So then I added another nail and a third nail and a fourth nail. Each one is like a random mutational change to a complex structure. In the end, my flash drive looked like this, full of nails, full of mutations. And guess what? It didn't work better. You see, mutations destroy information. They don't add information. And we've tested this. Fruit flies only have a 10-day life cycle. So every couple of weeks, you get a new generation. So we've taken chambers filled with thousands of fruit flies and added radiation, which mutates, changes their genetic information. What we end up with are dead fruit flies, twisted wings, different colored eyeballs, all sorts of variations, mostly dead fruit flies. There's never been a single example of an increased level of information. So the idea of mutations have turned a bacteria into a person is fantasy, not science.